for our second card, I'm going to show you how to do a little bit of a resist technique using our brush marker pens. So to start off with, I've cut a piece of cardstock down to 5x5, and I'm just going to use my thickest tapes from our tape selection and just tape down the two edges. Now this one you are going to lift up, so it doesn't have to be stuck down completely. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our stamp. Now I'm using the stamp from the Have a Beautiful Day, and it has this really nice floral image on here. So I'm going to take this big stamp, pop it onto a block, and then we're going to heat emboss this. So I've got my anti-static bag, which you can buy from us now here at Hunky Dory. Just rub that over the top. We've got some embossing powder, which I'm just going to stick onto my stamp, and make sure you add loads of this because it will definitely be worth it. And then we're going to stamp this onto our image, just going slightly over that piece where we've got our tape. So just pop this on and make sure you add a lot of pressure when you're doing this with your heat embossing. So once that is off, we'll lift it up, and we're going to go in with some of our white embossing powder. So we'll pop that on here, and this is just going to stick to everywhere where our ink has fallen. So you can see there now, just put a little bit more on that edge, that you've got that really nice image all heat embossed. So we can now add the heat to secure our heat embossing and sort of change the colour of this into a really nice glossy white finish. So just wait until that's warmed up and you'll be able to see how that turns. It's starting to turn now. Just making sure it's all done. Now we can turn, oh, just missed a bit on here, this little bee. Once that is all dried, we'll stick this back down to one side, and then we're going to bring in our brush markers. Now I'm using 303, which is a beautiful sort of teal colour, and 119, which again is a really nice sort of deep blue, and I'm just going to colour onto my mixed media mat. This is a silicone mat, so when you do this, it's just going to wipe off really easily. And then I'm going to bring in some water from which I have in a spritz bottle. Let's just spray that down. And then if you want to create more of a nicer image, we can use our pen then, our brush pen, water pen, just to sort of bring that out. And then we're simply going to pop this onto our mixed media mat and lift up the colour onto our image. And then once that's done, we can just dry that off with our heat tool again, but make sure to keep the heat sort of on just the coloured area and not on the heat embossing as much. So now that's dry and I have removed away the edging, you can see it leaves you with a beautiful finish that gives you a really nice touch to your card. So now we can make this up. So just pop your mixed media mat to one side. I'm going to bring in some more black stamping card to mat and layer this on. And then I've heat embossed in white that beautiful sentiment. And this is just going to allow your image and the colour to really stand out again. So pop this onto your stamping card. So a little bit thinner this time. than the last one. And then I'm going to bring in my pen again. This is the 004, which is the really dark black colour, and I'm going to go across these lines that we created earlier and just twice just run my pen down here, not keeping it very straight to give you a really nice sort of drawn finish on the card. And then I'm going to add my sentiment to the top here. We can trim that off the excess, and then I think all that's left to do is finish this off with some black gems. So I'm going to get those from our everyday collection, and we're going to use, if we have them, the smallest ones, and we'll just pop 3 in the corner here. So just pop them onto that white space just to finish off this card. One, two, and our final one. There you go. And there you are, another way in how to use your Prism brush markers that are on a fantastic deal today as part of our 12 Days of Christmas promotion.